Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome back to Maddie's Nutrition Mailbag. Today's topics are how many meals should I eat in a day? Great question. And then I'm going to give y'all some of my favorite meal and snack, like summer meal and snack ideas. So I'm going to give it one more minute. I'm really excited about this one today. I think it's some good topics, and there's so much that you can do with seasonal produce, seasonal fruits and vegetables in the summer. So I have some ideas on that and some recipes that are cooling, so you don't have to eat them like hot. You can make them ahead of time and have them at room temperature or cool, which is great because it is hot today and so humid. Okay. Let's get started. Welcome to everybody who's here right now. Hi, Denise. Okay, so the question of the day is, how many meals should I eat per day? I think this is a really great question. You hear a lot of information. Some people say, 3 meals a day is best, or, smaller, more frequent meals throughout the day is better for you. What I want to say and what the bottom line really is, I'll get more into depth about it, but what the bottom line is this is up to you and nobody else to decide what works for you, whether it's 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, more traditional, or it's, 5 smaller, more frequent meals. It's completely up to you. There's no right or wrong answer, within reason. I mean, if you're only having 1 meal a day, then that's not the healthiest. It's up to you, and consider some nutrition. Making sure that you're eating every 3 to 4 hours is good too. So the questions to ask when you're kind of trying to figure out what works for you in terms of how many meals to have a day is what fits in with your lifestyle. If you're on the go often, or you're in work, then eating 3 meals a day might be more convenient for you than eating 5 or 6 smaller meals. If you have a busy schedule and you can't carve out time to be having more frequent meals, then maybe 3 times a day works better for you. When do you feel hungry? So this is really important. This might be one of the most important things to consider, is when do you feel hungry? This should be your guiding factor. When you feel hunger, this is your body's signal to you that it needs food. So this is your internal cue that we should be listening to and shouldn't be ignoring. If you hear somebody saying, or an article or radio or a celebrity or TV saying, that 3 larger meals is better than 5 smaller meals, or 5 smaller meals is better than 3 larger meals, that though you're hearing that from an external cue, from somebody else, from some other source that isn't from yourself. So those internal cues trump the external cues that you hear from any source other than your body's signals. So be skeptical about that when you hear somebody saying, oh, this is better than this. Well, maybe it is for them, but it most certainly doesn't have to be for you. It's your personal preference. Again, one is not better than the other. Some things to consider. So if you find that you're like hangry, you're famished before you sit down for your meals, then maybe you want to consider having smaller, more frequent meals to keep you from getting to that famished point where you're so hungry that maybe you overeat, or you eat super quickly, or you make less healthy choices. So maybe if you find yourself doing that when you're having the traditional 3 meals a day, then maybe consider whether it's incorporating some more snacks in, or having smaller, more frequent meals to keep you from getting to that like famished point where you're like beyond hungry. If you and on the opposite end of the spectrum, if you're having smaller, more frequent meals, maybe 5 or 6 meals in the day, you find that you're not letting yourself feel any hunger, then having more spaced out meals might make sense, because you want to be able to notice that hungry feeling. If you're just eating, maybe just to eat and you're having like those smaller meals and you're not letting yourself really feel that hunger, then maybe you want to, consider waiting a little bit more, having a little bit larger meals less frequently. Some other like sort of nutritional things to consider. If you find that you have a diminished appetite, whether it's from, aging or certain medications, GI conditions, gastrointestinal conditions where you find that you have a diminished appetite, it might make more sense for you to have smaller, more frequent meals. That way, to make sure that you're getting enough nourishment in. If you find with a diminished appetite that you feel like you're forcing yourself to eat a big breakfast, big lunch, big dinner, then it might be more appealing, might be easier to get enough in by just having those smaller, more frequent meals without feeling like you're forcing yourself to eat a larger meal. If you have, GI upset, or if you're experiencing nausea, or you have GERD, heartburn, then again, smaller, more frequent meals might help to reduce those GI symptoms that are associated with eating. So that might be something where smaller, more frequent meals might benefit you. If you have diabetes, you may find that your blood sugars are more balanced with 5 meals a day. Again, it's personal, it's your own body. It might be a matter of, testing out a couple different ways. If you prefer to have larger meals, then having snacks in between might work better for you. The bottom line, it's important to look at your current eating habits and ask yourself if they're working for you. Ask yourself if you're listening to your body's hunger cues and noticing when you're hungry and when you're full. That's the most important. You should be eating when you're hungry, stopping when you're full. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is, or, what you ate for the meal before. That makes sense. Hi, Steve, welcome. So the topic of the day, this is a little bit of a more fun topic. I just wanted to give some great ideas for some summer meals and snacks. I love, in terms of meals, I love like batch cooking a large amount or larger amount of like some sort of grains and storing them away, putting them in the fridge or the freezer. So like that could be, pasta or quinoa, rice, barley, and then I'll make like a cold salad out of it. So whether it's like a pasta salad or like a quinoa grain bowl. So just some ideas for like different flavors that you could make. I like to do a Mediterranean one, so you could do a little bit of tuna for protein. You could do sun-dried tomatoes with it, a little bit of olive oil, feta, cucumber, olives, and then sprinkle some herbs on there, whether it's like parsley or oregano, basil, and just add that into your batch cooked pasta or your batch cooked quinoa or rice, and then that you can have that cooled or at room temperature. It doesn't have to be warm. You could do a BLT one with, chopped romaine, a little bit of bacon or turkey bacon, some avocado, some sliced cherry tomatoes with a little bit of ranch dressing. Love that. A Waldorf chicken salad type one. So I like doing this with like bow tie pasta, and I'll do like some diced chicken breast, some grapes, celery, almonds, maybe some cranberries, and do like a little poppy seed dressing, or just olive oil, or a little bit of mayo. You could do a buffalo chicken one with like a light ranch dressing with a little bit of buffalo sauce, diced chicken, celery, tomato, onion, maybe a little bit of blue cheese if you like that. Or just a summer veggie one. So again, one of my go-to ones with like when I make quinoa, a big batch of quinoa, I'll add, sliced or diced sweet peppers. I'll add some fresh cherry tomatoes. Sometimes I'll saute some summer squash and add that in. Chopped artichoke hearts. You can get those canned in the canned veggie aisle. Maybe some mozzarella balls and then basil. So I love doing grain bowls with that. I think that's a great summer idea. This is a great time to use like fresh seasonal produce for salads. Salads are another great cooling meal to have in the summer. I like to add veggies and fruit to my salads in the summer. So I'll do like a berry salad with arugula and any like strawberries or blueberries with a little bit of goat cheese, maybe like some pecans or walnuts, some great healthy fats with maybe some goat cheese and then a little bit of balsamic vinaigrette, or like a citrus salad with sliced oranges, maybe some grapefruit for color, with a little bit of grilled chicken. I love that as well. Caprese salad, so your tomato, your basil, your mozzarella, your balsamic. I'm making myself hungry just talking about this right now. I'll cook corn on the grill, or I'll boil some fresh corn on the cob, and then I'll kind of cut it off and add that to a salad. I'll do like a Mexican salad with black beans, salsa, avocado on a bed of lettuce. I mean, the list goes on and on. And one of my last favorite salads is niçoise salad. So this is something that my mom makes the best niçoise salad, and it is a perfectly balanced meal. It has protein from tuna, so it's and you can arrange it on a plate. So you have tuna. You can just do canned tuna in olive oil or water. Some hard-boiled eggs or soft-boiled eggs, blanched green beans, and then some sort of raw veggies. I like to add a little bit of color, so I'll do like sliced radishes or sliced cherry tomatoes, and then something briny and salty. So Kalamata olives, you can do capers, you can do pickles, some sliced potatoes for some good healthy starchy carbs. And then you just make a simple vinaigrette of like olive oil, a little bit of lemon juice, some Dijon mustard, salt and pepper, maybe a little bit of honey, whisk that up and drizzle it on top. It's an amazing summer meal. It presents really well. You can serve it cold. It's really great. I love to do fresh spring rolls too. So you can get in the international aisle of the grocery store, you can get rice paper rice wraps. So they're like about this size, and they're hard. You can crack them, but you want to be gentle with them. But what you do is you take a rice paper out and you put it in a shallow pan full of warm water, and it'll soften up. And then you just load that up with, like, I'll do shrimp, I'll do cooked shrimp, maybe some bell pepper, carrots, basil, um, cabbage, corn, tomato, edamame, and then you wrap it all up like you would a burrito, and you have a fresh spring roll, and you just dip it in like a peanut sauce, which is just amazing. Again, something that you can serve cold and is just so delicious. I think I'm going to make that tonight because I just got myself so hungry talking about it. The last thing that I like to do for a great summer meal is like I'm making like foil packet meals, and you can either put them on the grill or in the oven. So you make kind of like a foil packet. You pick, I like to do like a white fish, like haddock or cod, and you add this to so you make kind of like a foil boat. You add your fish to it, and then you add, your choice of veggies or starch. So I like to do like haddock with summer squash, onion, and potatoes, or like shrimp with corn and zucchini. Add a little bit of salt and pepper, add some lemon juice, roll it all up in the foil. If you're doing it on the grill, cook it for like 10 to 12 minutes and then let it sit, still wrapped up, for 5. If you're doing it in the oven, then do it for like 12 to 15 minutes at 450 degrees. Let it sit for 5 minutes afterwards, and then open it up and eat it. And you can put your own sort of dressing on it, or just do like a squeeze of lemon juice. It's such a simple, fresh, easy meal. It's great to do on the grill outside for barbecues. It's wonderful. In terms of snacks, and there's some really good kid-friendly ones that I have here. You can get popsicle molds at like Walmart or Target, or even like CVS, I think, Amazon, for super cheap, and make popsicles with your kids. A great way to get them involved in the kitchen, a great way to get them to try some fruits and sometimes veggies. If you make a smoothie, like follow your favorite, green smoothie recipe or berry smoothie recipe, and just freeze that in the popsicle molds. Those make for a great refreshing snack. I like to do a creamsicle one. So like I'll do like Greek yogurt with a little bit of vanilla extract, a little bit of honey, and then add a splash of orange juice to it, mix it up, pour it into my molds, and that makes like a healthy creamsicle. So good. Frozen grapes are a great snack too, super easy. Yogurt parfaits, a nice cooling snack, get your favorite yogurt. I like Oikos 000 yogurt or Chobani lower sugar yogurt or the Too Good brand of yogurt. Those still have a little bit of sweetness to them if you like, sweet yogurts, but not a ton of sugar. Or you can just do a plain yogurt, add a little bit of granola, add some fresh fruit, and you're good to go for a great, well-balanced snack. Some fresh corn salsa with whole grain crackers or bruschetta on toast or on like little crackers is really good. Something that kids really like is a great kid-friendly snack is making like fruit pizzas. So you can take like a whole wheat tortilla or a whole wheat pita bread and make sort of like a yogurt dip. So that can just be like a regular vanilla yogurt, or you can do plain yogurt mixed with some peanut butter and a little bit of honey or sugar. I love that. And then spread that. That's kind of like your sauce on your crust, and then top it or have your kids top it with, fruits. So like strawberries, kiwis, other berries, banana. You can do coconut flakes. You can do a little bit of granola, nuts, pineapple, and then slice it up, and it's a great little cute fruit pizza that's super kid friendly. That's everything for today. If anybody has any questions, feel free to comment them below. Add your email to this post and I will add you to my newsletter where I have every week I send out, different tips, different recipes, new nutrition information. I'll cover nutrition topics, certain diets, physical activity ideas. So yeah, it's called the Weekly Nutrition Bites newsletter. And I will be back here next week on the 17th with another question of the day and topic of the day from Maddie's Nutrition Mailbag. As always, message me on Facebook, shoot me an email if you have any topic or question that you want me to cover. And I will hope to see you here next week. I hope you have a great weekend and stay nice and cool. Bye, everybody.